What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another video. So recently I have endeavored to learn chess. Recently I have been kind of trying to perfect my chess playing skills, and over the course of me learning how to play chess and kind of getting good at it, I have realized, I've come to the conclusion that chess is the greatest game that man has ever created. So in this video, I'm going to try to convince you as to why that fact is true. So there are three classes of games that I'm going to be comparing chess to. There are sports or physical competition, there are video games, and there are board games. And I'm only going to really be comparing chess to the first two for hopefully obvious reasons when I'm talking about, you know, what is the greatest game ever created, because it's like, what do you think like Uno is like the best game ever? Do you think that Clue is the best game ever created by man in the history of, you know, civilization? So whatever. So all right. So that's what I'm going to be comparing chess to. It should also probably be noted that this video mostly applies to people who, as I said, actually do know how to play chess. If you know, chess lingo, I would say that that's about like 800 ELO or so. Anybody below that is liable to not really be like actually thinking about their games, things like that, and like they'll blunder pieces sillily. So that's basically what I'm referring to in this video. But much of this also does refer to the kind of like lower levels of chess skill. So chess is basically the greatest game that man has ever created. I'll start with the reason of accessibility. Chess can be played anywhere for completely free with anyone in the world, working completely well on a phone. This is obviously taking into account online chess and chess.com specifically. It is a complete global cultural cornerstone. It is played in probably every country in the world, spanning hundreds of different cultures. It is superior to sports specifically, and to, you know, video games too, because of the sheer ease of getting into it. While not as large in scale or spectacle as a football game, for instance, chess makes up for it with the fact that wherever there is a chessboard, a game can be instantly started. It should also be of note that chess is extremely hard to commercialize, which is an undervalued aspect of it, I would say. Football and large sports like that are racked with constant commercialization, sponsorship, ads, things like that. I would call you back to the very common cultural thing in America of watching the ads in the Super Bowl and like getting excited for that. Commercialization also can take effect in the fact that things like buying better football gear will make one a superior football player than to someone of the same skill and worse gear. I think. Two is the consumption of media about football commercialized. How could you commercialize chess, at least to this extent? For instance, a higher quality chessboard will not make you a better player, which is not even because of the fact that you and your opponent have to use the same board. You don't even need to buy a chessboard to master the game. I said before that you can play it completely free online, and you can only play it online if you want to. Chess content is often barely sponsored at all. To learn how to play or even to master chess is much easier too than mastering some sort of physical sport. To learn how to master any physical sport, you would have to sign up for practice, go to a specific place at a specific time, things like that, get a coach, get a team together. It is possible to become an extraordinarily good chess player with no help from a coach, instead learning from YouTube or from books. So it is important that I should cover the actual inner workings of the game chess itself. What makes us unique as humans is our capacity for mental competition. All organisms that are capable of predation are capable of physical competition. In humans, we have converted this ability into various games. With the advent of civilization, we can't just go around murdering people anymore as a form of entertainment. Almost every other game conceivable is some sort of physical competition. For instance, football is obviously a physical competition, but even things like video games oftentimes, apart from my strategy games, whatever. Video games often are a physical competition in the sense that you are using your actual mechanical skill, like aiming or something like that, to like best your opponent. So chess is one of the only games out there that involves zero physical competition. It is a pure competition between the two players' minds. Chess perhaps could be called the most human game that there is for that reason. A chess game is a war. Many political leaders, for instance, in history have lauded chess for its ability to simulate warfare for good reason. While a chess game may appear to an outsider like one of the most boring things one can imagine, anybody who has played chess knows the sheer exhilaration that some chess games can invoke. The feeling of playing chess is pretty much indescribable, I would say, other than saying that it is a pure form of conflict and is exhilarating because of that fact. As a very controversial and popular fella has pointed out many times, one of chess's biggest strengths is that it is a completely pure form of competition. A chess game is one-on-one. There are no teammates to collaborate with. It might be the game with the least amount of luck involved compared to every other game. There's no lagging, there's no aforementioned difference in equipment. You could class the performance-enhancing drugs of chess as sleep, coffee, or maybe Adderall, but these have a far lesser effect than other games, especially physical ones, as I said before. So, back to the feeling of playing chess. It has all of the hallmarks of any truly great game. It has spectacular comebacks and horrific fumbles. I think that to actually enjoy fully the game of chess, you have to be playing it. Like, it doesn't really, as I said, it doesn't really look like anything from the outside, but when you are playing chess, the feeling of kind of like besting your opponent is really unmatched, I would say. I have played, video games all of my life until recently I've stopped, and I've played chess a lot. And the feeling of, for instance, like killing somebody or even like winning a game in a video game, it's like, it's okay, it's nice, it's, wow, we won the game. But with chess, when you beat somebody, number one, it's important to know that you know that it was all you. It was completely of your own doing. You didn't get any outside help from anybody. So that makes each victory much sweeter, I would say. And then also, it takes much more actual skill to play chess than to play something like that. So that fact alone makes it much more rewarding to actually beat somebody in a game of chess. It should also be noted, I think, that chess has been proven to increase one's mental abilities. Physical games like football and like things like that, I would probably be willing to concede that games like that will help somebody achieve mastery over kind of the physical world. Things like that, playing football obviously is going to make you like stronger, it's going to make you have like better endurance, but again, what is more important than that? Somebody's mental abilities. I think everybody knows that. Everybody knows that while not everybody knows that physical abilities are important, but most people know that while physical abilities are very important, mental abilities are much more important, I would say, especially since we're humans, and especially since mental abilities are used constantly while physical abilities most of the time aren't needed. You look at all of the people who are fat in this country, you look at all of the obese people, and you will realize that we live in a very kind of unphysical society that doesn't demand that people are, physically fit, but mental ability, however, that will help you get ahead. That will help you truly thrive in society. So while physical games help increase your physical abilities, mental games such as chess help you increase your mental abilities, and that's been pretty much proven. I believe that chess it helps your logic skills and it helps your attention to detail, definitely. So all of those reasons are basically why chess is the greatest game of all time. If you're not playing it already, you really, really should start. It is incredibly fun. That's something that I didn't even mention. Chess is incredibly fun to play. It's a different kind of fun, definitely. It takes much more thought to be able to actually enjoy it. When you're playing a video game, for instance, when you're playing a video game like Battlefield 1, for instance, you can basically just turn your brain off and just let your kind of motor skills do the work and your subconscious brain do the work. But with chess, you're in it the entire time. You're kind of in the space of chess the entire time. If you try to listen to a podcast, for instance, while you're playing chess, you're going to stop paying attention to one of those things eventually. have to be focused on chess when you're playing it. So it is extremely fun because of that aspect, because you're in it the entire time. I can't really describe it. So you should really play chess. I don't really have anything else to say. Watch Gotham Chess if you want to learn how to play chess. Again, most people don't know how to play chess, but you really should learn how to play chess. There's a very good quote from that aforementioned very controversial and I would say intelligent guy, where he quoted somebody else, and he said that a well-played game of chess is the sign of a gentleman, and an expertly played game of chess is the sign of a wasted life. And that's something that I would agree with. But that being said, thank you so much for watching. If you've watched this far in the video, please subscribe and turn the notification bell on, because, you know, you're really special in the sense that very, very few people actually watch this far in my videos. I believe it's about actually 1% or something like that of the total people stay around to this part in the video. So if you're one of those people, you should probably subscribe, because you'll probably like my other content. Content is coming out so soon. Great content. So good. So many fun videos are coming out soon. So anyway, I think that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching. Play some chess, and God bless you.